Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Get Outdoors with Don and Dora. And we were going to go up to Show Low this weekend, but it's going to be really windy and the temperature's going to drop way down. And I don't know if you've ever camped when it's windy, but it's almost impossible to sleep when you've got 25-30 mile an hour winds. So we quickly canceled and changed game plan. We are here at beautiful Bartlett Lake. As you can see behind me, the cliffs and the lake. And we found a little spot nestled in the trees over here. But that's not what the video is about today. It's about, I traded in the Jeep Wrangler. The Jeep Wrangler was a 2009 with 133,000 miles on it. I did quite a few modifications to it over the years. I've also done a few repairs to it over the years that I, wish I didn't have to do. I mean, some of them were modifications like lockers. What else did I have done? A re-gear. I put on bumpers and roof rack and all that other stuff. All that stuff's kind of normal, but some of the non-normal repairs were I redid the transmission. That was about $1,300. One day we were headed back from Moab and we got to around Flagstaff, and we're almost halfway between Phoenix and Flagstaff, and all of a sudden my Jeep would not come out of fourth gear, I believe. Fifth gear is like their overdrive gear and automatic. And so I had to pull off to the side of the road, let it rest for a second, and then all of a sudden it shifted fine. But a couple of the shift modules took a crap. The transmission fluid was burnt and the torque converter was totally jacked. So we ended up doing a $1,300 transmission, basically rebuild on that Jeep. But anyway, I didn't really want to trade in the Jeep, but I started looking at trade-in value when my girlfriend went and leased a 2021 Subaru Forester. Subarus do pretty well. They hold their value, but I noticed how much hers has dropped in the last 3 to 4 years since I kind of looked that up. And then, so I figured, well, hey, maybe I should look at my Jeep. So I looked at my Jeep. Kelley Blue Book says it's 11.5. So in the end, it came down to trade-in value. And I looked at what I had, 12-year-old Jeep, a lot of modifications. Putting any more modifications on it, is it going to make it worth any more? No. I mean, they only give you so much for that. And so in the end, it came down to trade-in value and mileage on that Jeep. And I love the Jeep. It's a great vehicle. Beast off-road. But I just felt like I needed to get into something that was more reliable. Something that's not going to nickel and dime me to death. So I will show you here what I bought in a second. So what I did was I went to the dealership. I looked at what my vehicle is worth. The dealership I went to gave me $13 for my Jeep. And, well, I did a trade. And the vehicle I went with, it wouldn't be a vehicle that I would normally get, but they're great off-road vehicles. They're just not quite as good as a Jeep. I have kind of been eyeing one up years ago, thinking, boy, it'd be nice to have a new vehicle. And I know that they're noted for lots of reliability. So without further ado, I will show you the vehicle that I traded my Jeep in for. So, ta-da, there it is. 2021 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road double cab. It is 4-wheel drive. It's got a locker in the rear. It's got 430 rear end gears, higher towing capacity, higher weight carrying capacity than the Jeep Wrangler. Not quite the off-road machine that the Jeep is, but a really good overland / off-road vehicle nonetheless. And so it came down to trade-in value, came down to reliability. Toyotas are known to put 200,000-300,000 miles on their engines, maybe more, transmissions. They don't get oil leaks. They don't get all the little bugs that other vehicles do. And so this is what I went with. Already I've done some modifications. I will touch on that in other videos that I've kind of done out of order. And so I basically got the vehicle, started doing some mods before I actually did any more posts on this build, but I'll touch on that. So far I got the Prinsu roof racks, both front and rear, camper shell, Old Man Emu, suspension lift, 2 inches, and I will do a video reviewing some of those other items, just so you can get a feel whether you want to do something like that. So this is not a block system or a puck system in the front. It is an all-out suspension kit. So anyways, this is what I bought, and so far I'm pretty happy, except for I'm not really crazy about the shift knob, 4-wheel drive electronic shift. I prefer a stick. It feels just more mechanically connected, and it just seems easier. It never fails. You always shift it into 4-wheel drive, it just goes into 4-wheel drive. These are, so far, this has actually been a little finicky. It's just sat there and beeped at me like it didn't want to go into 4-wheel drive, or the locker doesn't want to engage. And so I've looked at procedure on how to do that, so I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to. But I've also seen other videos where people have issues with it wanting to go into 4-wheel drive when it's supposed to. So anyways, here we are at Bartlett Lake. There's Dora. She's my girl behind the scenes, and she gets all the stuff ready. Usually when we go camping, she's good at packing. She's like a Miss Jenga jigsaw puzzle girl whenever we pack the back of the truck, or before when it was the Jeep. And so we use every inch of space that we can. And quite honestly, this Tacoma did really well on the way up here. This one particular one happens to be a stick shift, so it's a 6-speed. And some people may not like that, others may like it, but I like having control over that transmission, especially climbing hills and towing. You get a better rear end gear ratio with this truck in the manual. You get like a 430 gear, and I think it's a 373 gear in an automatic. But anyways, I will do more posts. If you like what you see, press like or subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.